Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, I wanted to give you guys an update on 2 weeks played in my new free-to-play account using my new download link, which gets us the Mausoleum Mage, the Fayne, the Tagoar, and the Deacon Armstrong. The whole reason I'm doing this whole series is because in my last count, I got Nut, and everyone said you had Nut, and I'm like, yeah, true. So I'm trying to make a roadmap of what players can do to basically get themselves to doing level 20 of all the dungeons, decent clan boss damage, and just an easy progression path using just free champions, which is essentially just these 4 champions from my link, the Supreme Gallic from the download from the Supreme 6 code that you get on day 1, that you use on day 1, and then finally Arbiter, who is a very free unit. Now I'm going to have to build up 2 more champions for Arbiter missions, but they are not really relevant to my core progression using these 6 champions. Now I want to talk about what I also think is the most sort of optimal way, playing through this twice where I'm really trying to rush the game. I am pretty confident with it, so I just want to go through that quickly, then we'll give you guys the full account update. You can see we're overcapped on stamina, and this is absolutely triggering me just through means of the last couple of Arbiter missions, just stacking up energy. It's triggering me, so we will have to try and burn that pretty quick. But essentially, I've said this many times, I think the main thing that you really want to focus on is just leveling up champions in 12-3. It's pretty much the only thing you want to focus on. Now, I haven't made videos about what you can do before 12-3. There's definitely, you can farm up some speed gear and stuff like that. I think getting 12-3 on farm is like the most important thing. I don't think you want to burn stamina anywhere besides campaign, including nightmare mode and other difficulty modes campaign, to get yourself the awesome star rewards that you can get in there. But besides that, the only other thing I look to farming at all is Minotaur, because I can farm that at stage 15 and it gets me some nice boosts to my champions, and I will need 5 champions with a level 6 mastery by the end of the Arbiter missions. So besides those 2 things, I never touch the other dungeons outside of when an Arbiter mission or a challenge tells me to do so. You can see here, the last mission I had was to do Fire Knight and get 10 5 to 6 star artifacts, so I just farmed stage 17 just because my accuracies are too low, because I don't have accuracy banners on all my champions yet. Otherwise I could probably push a bit higher. So I just did that sort of thing. You look at dragons, very similar. Stage 18, the red is a good element for me, the force, because I have basically spirit champions that are doing my main debuffs, and that's basically, like I said, I don't really touch these outside of missions. The only things I really touch is Minotaur's Labyrinth. Once again, same with these ones here. I do go into these dungeons when obviously I have to for a mission. Iron Twins, I did try and progress Iron Twins until my first clear. I think you get a bonus first clear reward at 3 and then again at 6. I did do those purely just to get the bonus chances to get souls for my champions, which actually did work pretty decently. But maybe this one I will replay some of these stages because the Void one gives you double drops. But besides that, the other ones, I don't farm stages. I just aim for first clears and that's it. And then, yeah, like I said, it's just Minotaurs, and pretty much 99% of the time I spend is in 12-3, just farming up fodder, because at the end of the day, those 6 stars and those masteries are what's really going to carry your account through. As you can see, we've got 4 6 stars. We're about to make another one with Fayne. And if you look at my fodder here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 5-star food champions. But if we go over to upgrade rank, we always also have 4 chickens. So we're up to 8 5-star fodders that we've got built up already, ready for our next 2 champions. So I was waiting to see if this Deck of Fate event would give me points for, ranking up and stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't, so I'm going to be ranking up. I want to be doing it during an event, but, I'm trying to progress as well, so we're just going to ignore that and we're just going to do it. Unfortunately, we're not going to get any benefit through ranking up our champions, but it is what it is. And that's pretty much the main thing. Like I said, the main thing I wanted to focus on there is doing campaign, leveling up fodder, and getting masteries. They're the only 2 core things that really matter this early in the game, in my opinion. And the other one, if you're trying to rush Arbiter missions, if you're a bit more of a hardcore player, that is refreshing your arena every 15 minutes and taking any free wins that you can get to try and get yourself into the gold ranks to start getting these gold medals. Because if you're trying to rush Arbiter missions, you will need a ton of these. Otherwise, it will slow you down a bit. But for a more balanced person who has a life, unlike myself, don't stress too hard about it. It's just something that you can focus on. Once again, the whole purpose of this account is to show you a basic core progression of champions that you can get for free that can get you started in the game really strong. Now, as you look to hard mode dungeons, as you look to Hydra and stuff, it's going to rely on units that you pull. But this gives you anyone an amazing start in the game. So let's go through these missions. I'm going to collect these. And then we're going to go through a little bit more. So Fuse Relic Keeper, we can go ahead and do that. Do I need to get them out of my unlock? Yep. Okay, I don't need to get them out of storage. That's handy. Unlock. There's the next one. Unlock. I had these guys all prepped up. And then we go Fuse. Fuse. Dude, that 300,000 silver, that's a bit steep. It's a little bit steep. There we go. We got the man. Not going to use him at all, but that gets us the mission done, which then takes us into collecting our 2 bonus legendary skill books, which we're going to go ahead and do right now. You can see this. The first mission here is upgrade 5 champions to level 60. As I mentioned, I was waiting for this because I wanted to get some value. You know, I'm probably going to use... no, I'll leave those guys. I wanted to get some value out of doing this rank up. I was hoping I'd get an event that would be impactful for it, but there's none in the foreseeable future. And like I said, I'm trying to rush this because tomorrow is Spirit Day and I need to be up to the Spirit mission tomorrow to go ahead and do that. So we're just going to go ahead and upgrade our Fayne to rank 6. And then we're going to go and be a bit cheesy here. And I'm just going to use my barrel. Listen, probably should be saving this barrel for something else, but I'm a bit impatient at the moment. Let's just go ahead, slap it into the Fayne. 500,000, absolute joke on the cost of using these things. I hate it, but there we go. We'll take Fayne up to level 60, get ourselves through that mission. Look at the stamina we are collecting. Now, the reason I'm collecting this stamina is because the next missions that matter are going to be clearing stage X or higher of the dungeons, and so I want to have all that stamina for these. Next, I have to deal 10 million damage, minimum difficulty hard. So if we go to hard here, you can see I've already done 1 hit for the previous mission. We're already overcapped on the max chest, but we're just going to go ahead and, because my brutal team, dude, you know what? I'm going to cut here and I'm going to do a brutal run because if you look at my team here, I'm at 21 million off of 2 attacks. That is because I had my gear swapped around when I did my second attack because normally I 2-key this thing and we're at 21.29 and it takes 21.7. I'm so pissed at myself, but we will be able to get 10 million through this. So I'm just going to cut, do this one, and then we'll be back. Okay, there we go. Got that one done. Dude, I can't believe we missed out by so little on that one. Then we go here. Now we are at the stage where we got to grind through all the different dungeons. We got 666 energy ready to go for these dungeons. Then we can jump straight over into the equip, which is done. Upgrade an affinity bonus. I think I have enough to get an affinity bonus to level 7 straight away. Then we've got to do the arcane keep 10 more times today. Mix 10 arcane potions. And then tomorrow is the spirit keep. I could be burning a bunch of diamonds over the next 2 days to get this done, just because that is a hefty toll on trying to get enough to fuse all of these potions, especially the spirit ones, because if we look at my spirit potions, if we go to the potion mixer, I've only got 14 of these bad boys. I need 100 of them. That's stiff. The arcane, not so bad. The others, not great, but not as bad as spirit. So I'm going to have to burn a ton of energy because, like I said, I've got 666. I've got to clear all those dungeons. I've got to do the arcane and be ready for the next daily reset. Once again, we are on we're actually on day 15 of login. So we're a little bit into the day 15 of the account for this recap. But tomorrow on day 16 of login, that is time where we have got to go ham. So that is kind of where we are looking at what we have to do. Now, as for the rest of things, as I mentioned, if we go over to Clan Boss, I'm pretty happy with my Clan Boss team at the moment. We're being able to 2-key brutal, except for then when I screwed up and we had to 3-key it just then. So 2-key brutal, I'm pretty happy with being able to do that. The reason I can't even think about touching Nightmare is because I don't have my masteries maxed out and I don't have banners on everyone, because obviously banners are what give you the mass amounts of accuracy. You can see 164 accuracy over here on Gallic. He has the accuracy banner. But if we go over here to Deacon, you can see Deacon hasn't got a banner yet. If we go to Armor, he's got a banner, but it is attack, so we don't have any. Oh, I should be putting that on Deacon now that I got Deacon beefed out. Yeah, so that Deacon, you know, Deacon and Armor both missing accuracy. Fayne obviously missing the accuracy, even though she's still at 138. If I get that banner, it is going to be huge for this type of progression. But, you know, we are where we are, so we just got to learn to deal with it and move on. So that's why I am not attempting Nightmare. Once I get, and then obviously Mausoleum Mage, you know, he's lacking as well. So that is why we are a little bit behind in everything. But in general, I'm pretty happy with the progression into the Demon Lord. The tower, the Doom Tower, we are at the Nether Spider. I think I'm going to be bricked here. I tried it once. My Gallic cannot one-hit the Spiderlings, which is kind of the big problem. So hopefully Hopefully, I can land myself a crit damage necklace, and maybe... I feel like I said that funny. Maybe that can get me across the line. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The other thing is, I did yesterday have a Gallic level 2 soul in the shop. I just didn't have enough. Even if I sold everything that I had, I didn't have enough. I mathed out that if I sold everything and got this dragon tournament to the to these 200, I would be able to do it. But there was only a 1 hour overlap from when this thing started to when the shop reset, and I didn't get it in time. So I would have had a 2 soul Gallic, but unfortunately I was just a little bit short on that one. Arena, you know, we're just still cruising and doing our thing in Gold 5. Just trying to do as much as we can over there in the arena. Faction Wars haven't really updated too much in Faction Wars. I haven't even touched it today, so I've got to obviously get into that. But hoping maybe I can clear this Doom Tower. Besides that, you know, last time we did get normal bottom chests. So we got this novice chest from Hydra last time, which was handy for guild coins and stuff like that. This one we got the max chest on the warrior chest, and then we also got the adept chest as well. And those were both doubles because our guild killed, which is pretty handy. But in general, I save these things for the end of, because I'm still like upgrading characters like crazy at the moment, so I'm just saving them for later on, and then we will go ahead and touch them as well. But that is where we're at. Over here, we've got 7 voids, no sacreds, no primals, 28 ancients. So these are all the summons we're pretty much sitting on, waiting for a decent event. The current summon rush event just didn't benefit me at all. So yeah, I just kind of skipped it. I wasn't going to get anything good out of it with the amount of summons that I had, so I kind of just left it. We'll see. Eventually, I'm going to have to summon. I want to ideally get a better champion. So if we look at my champions, we've already got the 5 6-stars. Fayne is going to be my one for the mission of a 6-star ascension on Spirit. We're going to have the Mausoleum Mage for the Force. Then I need a Void and a Magic. So Void, we can just do Bellower if we have to. Magic, I'm hoping to pull something else because I don't really have anything for Magic that I want to upgrade. I mean, if Husk was Magic, we'd do him. But once again, I'm not going to use them for the progression. It's just to have something to build. But unfortunately, we ain't really got anything worth building in Magic. So I'm going to have to do summons by then and suss it out. I'm hoping we get a 2x pretty soon, and then we can jump into that. But that is where we are currently sitting on this one. Now, let's go over and take a look at my champions. I wanted to see if I had any extra builds that I worked on. I don't think I've really worked too much on any of these builds since you guys saw last, besides getting maybe the odd banner onto a champion. I mean, I'm thinking for as much as I use Deacon, I should probably put this on Deacon. Yeah, we're going to do that. Get the Deacon up to the 219 speed. Now, he's still not outpacing my Gallic. My Gallic is fast as hell. He's at 221 at the moment. Really chunky HP. Okay attack because we got the HP chest. That's the thing that's killing the attack. But yeah, the 221 speed, fully capped, well overcapped crit. Keeping in mind, this guy only needs to get to 90% crit because he has a passive 10% in all his abilities. So we are well and truly overcapped by, what's that, like 24%? Decent crit damage at the 153, and then we've got decent accuracy. So I'm really, really happy with this build on the Gallic. We do have the accuracy banner there, which really does help out. This, I need to get some crit damage. This one's pretty average as well, but we don't have many options. Hopefully during this little session of farming some extra spider and stuff through these missions, we can get some replacements. The other thing I'm really hoping to get through this is going to be a full set of 5 or 6-star regeneration. I just got 1 5-star regeneration piece. Hopefully I can get that, because if I can get that, it will give me the 2 extra epic books, which are going to be really nice to go ahead and put into my Fayne over here. Ooh, we got 1 epic. Okay, let's see. As you can see, Fayne getting shafted, going all those ones first. Let's go ahead and upgrade this, see what it goes into. Dude, I really want the skill 2 upgraded first, and you know it's going to be the skill 3 first, but eventually I'm going to get both of these. So we need, what's that, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 more epic books, but because we're here, we are putting the books into the Gallic. Hopefully, this either max out skill... I just want both of these to go into the skill 3. That's what I really want. Let's just be greedy. Let's go for what we actually want, which is both of these into skill 3. You know it's going to go 1 into the basic and 1 into the skill 2. But hey, we can dream. We can dream, team. Boys! Yes! Yes! Look at that. Okay. We got what we wanted on that one. That's pretty handy. Getting the reduction on the that one. Not too bad. Honestly, you really want these two both to be reduced at the same rate so that they're in sync with usage. But hey, I will definitely take that. We get the extra application chance on the burn, which is super, super nice. Honestly, I'm super happy with that. We need 3 more skill books because eventually, you know, even if the next 2 go into skill 2, I'll just put an extra one in here. Then we get the extra chance to extend the HP burns, which is actually really effective for maximizing his damage against the Demon Lord. So that was pretty nice, dude. I'm happy with that one in case you didn't realize. And that is where the account is at. I don't really think there's anything else we need to update on. Hopefully, you know, in the next... it's going to take 2 weeks to get through all the missions. I may do a cheeky unlock of the Void Keep at halfway through, I don't know, halfway through one of the weeks to give it a crack, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see because it's all going to depend on me mathing out my medals here because, you know, we need to get a level 7, which is a level 7, which we're going to do the Spirit one, is going to cost us, so that is going to be 250 plus 300, which is 550 gold medals plus 700, which is 1250 gold medals. So we do have enough to get to level 7, but then we got to need another 800 for level 8, 900 for level 9, and 1000 for level 10, which is going to take a little bit of work, but we'll you know, we'll see how they go. They're really good at putting the pop-up for the skill books after you use some skill books. They just know what you want. It's so scummy, but hey, it is what it is. That's pretty much everything. I'm going to shut up. I'm just rambling now. I got to go in and start burning some of this stamina over on the Ice Golem's Peak. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.